Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of The Difference Makers. Today's show is so important it could help save the life of you or a loved one. Every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies of a stroke. Every year, more than 795,000 people have strokes in the United States, and 1 in 4 of us will have a stroke in our lifetime. Knowing more about prevention and symptoms of a stroke can save millions of lives, including yours. In fact, our own son Andrew had a stroke at age 25, so you never know when someone you know or love can have a stroke. It happens when the blood supply to the part of the brain is cut off. Today, you're going to hear from an expert about strokes. His name is Aaron Avila, and our show is called Behind the Scenes with Aaron Avila, the founder and CEO of Stroke TV Media. He's going to pull back the curtain behind what you need to know about strokes and why he's so passionate about helping people all over the world. I don't know of anyone more qualified to talk to you about the importance of knowing what to do about strokes and his stories. So without further ado, welcome Aaron Avila.
How
Yay!
you do? God, you're so great at this. You
Oh,
really are.
thank
You.
Aaron, I want to thank you. This is my first time using this platform, Restream, and I haven't done live programs in a long time. So you're an amazing coach. Thank you for helping me jump back into the stream of live media. Thank
you
you.
you've all gone. So it's an honor. You know what's really, really awesome is you don't know. There's three stream you compare your network with mine. So already I see in the chat we have Janet Jan Burrow from she's on LinkedIn watches right now from my network.
Oh,
So
wonderful. Welcome,
that's so
Janet.
great. So great.
So I want you to share with people first why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you so passionate about creating stroke TV media and helping educate people about strokes?
You know, Lynn, that's really good question. I think really comes down to you and I both have mutual friend, like Roland.go. Get back. Do you have his book handy? You can hold his book up. What's it? It's Roland.go was a mentor to me. And he really helped me in a live stream. And when they live stream, it's my media because I'm in a wheelchair, like Roland was. And it's been destiny. It's been really a work of God, so to speak. What I do, and I love what I do. Because 13 years ago, I had the brain aneurysm, and then 2 weeks later, well, I had to myself to massive stroke. So,
I know this is very emotional. So
yeah.
tell us, because I knew about strokes just from having had the experience of our son having a stroke. And we have a mutual friend, as you said, Roland Takaoka. I have his book over to the side of me, who had a stroke and mentored you and also mentored me. Tell us first, because people may not know this, how can someone recognize the sign of a stroke? Because I certainly didn't recognize it in our son. What are some symptoms?
Well, it's funny because I had a brain aneurysm first.
Okay.
And I could tell you a little bit more about a brain aneurysm. Brain aneurysm is also very common and normally kills people. They normally don't live like me. I get real lucky.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
the pre signs would be headaches, tingling in one extremity, arm or the other. But when you're having a full blown stroke, there's something they call face, which is face drooping. When someone's actually on a stroke right then and there, it's face drooping.
Hmm.
And then arm weakness, and then speech. which I still have the remainder of that. I have what they call just hot there. But it's been, and there's T, which is fast, which is T, which is time. When you see someone show any signs of stroke, I interview so many people around the world, and during when they start having a stroke, they're awake, coherent, they know it. But they deny what is happening to them. They deny, they kind of brush off. I'm just not feeling well. I'm gonna go lay down. Well, it's not. It's a stroke. You need to get because the last part of fast time. The longer it takes you to get to the hospital, the more brain loss you have.
So true. So you were at that time when you had a stroke after the brain aneurysm, did you know that something was happening at the time that you needed to get to the hospital?
No, I was actually in the hospital when I had a stroke
Oh,
because I had a
wow.
brain injury first. I was in ICU and then in a coma, which I don't remember. Obviously, I'm in a coma.
Oh my.
But I had a stroke. But I woke up I had my brain aneurysm and I woke up 2 weeks later in hospital. I woke up being half paralyzed, machines beeping at me. I mean, it's terrible. It was definitely the word terrifying is not give it justice. I mean,
Wow.
it was probably the most terrifying experience I've ever had in my life is to wake up all of a sudden in hospital. I
Oh my.
paralyzed.
So when you went through your recovery phase, which I don't know how long that took, what what happened within you to make you focus on doing what you can to help others? How did you go from being, you had to first heal yourself and then thinking about how to help others? Because many people have strokes and are just focused on themselves. So tell us about that
Excellent questions, but you're just so amazing to me.
process.
Uh, Excellent question. Really, what happened for me? I was laying there, half paralyzed in my bed, couldn't walk, hasn't walked 13 years later, have not walked. And my speech is bad now, but it was like unintelligible when I first had my stroke. But in all reality, I lay there in bed, half paralyzed, unable to speak at the time. And I honestly, I contemplated suicide. I was,
Really?
I could just kept thinking about how can I get my carcass in a wheelchair up a ramp to my gun, and then and then end it all. But I could do it because couldn't leave that mess of my wife. I could do it. But then, then one time I was laying there in bed, and I turned on TV. Lo and behold, here's a man named Jeff Hazelett talking about think big and bigger and how attitude is everything. And how when you do people don't when people say you can't do something, well you can. And it's really that simple. Like for me, I need to hear that. He didn't say it didn't apply to stroke survivors. I went, hey, I can make a difference. I can think big, act bigger. I can really make shift my attitude. And from that moment on in my life, I changed my attitude towards my stroke. I didn't curl up and die like most.
Wow, wow. How long have you been leading Stroke TV Media, and can you share the impact? What is it doing for people? Because I would think many people feel so isolated when they have something like a stroke happen.
Well, it does isolate you. I'm going to back up to a minute. The reason I created Stroke TV
Yeah,
Media is because I turned to Facebook. I didn't know much about Facebook at the time, but I realized that people, in stroke community put the value on the person by they can move the lens, what they call recover. Well, I could do that. So I felt valueless. I felt like I really didn't have much value anymore as a man.
Really? Why
And
was that?
what?
Why? Why did you feel valueless?
Because I could move like all they were all moving. They all
Oh,
placed values on the ability to move and recover. But I don't believe, Lynn, that the value of a stroke survivor is not based on what they can move or boy can they can act like they did before their stroke. Their value is because they survived and they are here right now with us. And so I really wanted I really wanted to start something that put a value on the person, not their abilities.
right. That's beautiful. And so that's when Stroke TV Media was born in your mind.
Yeah, that's what I went, man, I started out, I wanted to start building a support group, so second chance stroke survivors on Facebook. That's really what started. And then my mentor, Roland, your friend, I started telling Roland about I had a vision building a media company called Stroke TV Media. And I wanted to use Stroke TV as a global hub for stroke survivors around the world to come and get encouragement and to find what I didn't have, which is value. Because stroke has a way of distributing a person the value as a
Mm,
person.
sure.
And, it's amazing where it's gone. I came from that. It Roland got me into live streaming. And then from there, it's just been a ride. It's been a spiritual ride. And it really has. I mean, I love what I do. I can work 14 plus hours a day. I feel like I worked an hour. I
That's
love
amazing.
what I do.
And you've reached people all over the world. Can you share with us some of the places that you've reached and perhaps some of the different people whose lives you've touched? You've gone all over the
We-
world.
Right. Right now, currently, there
Hmm.
is and I'm in I wish I could do it, but reach out to me, uh, because currently there's family. Here's a young man, probably in his early 40s, early 50s. He worked as a graphic artist in Dubai. So he provided for his wife and three children pretty big time. Did very well, very successful, had a massive stroke. Months later, they have no money and they live in a tin shack in the Philippines.
Oh,
Dirt floors and then we have one bed. The entire family shares. They have one bed. So him, his wife, and three kids all sleep on one bed. And he's a frail man. I wish I can't. It breaks my heart. His name is John, and it's been amazing story to be able to. I'm trying so hard to raise money for him, so that's what I was saying. If anybody wants to reach out, please talk to me or Lynn, and I'll direct it how to get money to them because they really, really need it. So, uh,
what's the URL they can reach out to you, Aaron, at?
well,
What's
they
the
could reach
website?
me on email, which you could see my email, food link. Could you see my email?
Aaron Avila dot stroketv@gmail.com. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. It comes out much better to your mouth than mine.
It's okay.
It's Aaron Owl at, dot stroke TV at gmail.com. But they can reach out to me, but the Philippines.
Wow.
Um, I've had people in China. I have UK, London. I mean, France, I am seeing. I just did an interview a person, a guy that has a stroke, and he was in Scotland. And this journey I'm on has taken me around the world. It's only to me, it feels like it's just beginning. Where God is taking you. and where it's going, it's gonna blow my mind. It's gonna blow my mind, and it's gonna blow everybody else's mind that said I can't do it, because there are many in the Sikh community that said, "How dare you think you can build your own mini company? How dare you think?" And he tried to stop me by
Wow.
telling me I couldn't do it. Well, I need to say they're all gone, and I'm the only one standing. And they know, and Roland Tagogas put me in spirit. Even though he died, I think it was his sixth stroke. Yeah,
It was his the fourth stroke.
fourth.
I can have you speak for a moment. I go grab the book. His fourth stroke happened to be on our son Jordan's birthday, August 23rd, and it was 2000 and I think it was 18. And in one day, I found out he had the fourth stroke and it didn't look good. The next day, I created a Let's Get Well Roland Takaoka show at the last minute, and people told people, and we all went on screen just sharing our thoughts and prayers and love. And then the third day, he was just gone so fast. And he had sent me, and I don't know if you know that, but he had sent me his story in a manuscript form about his experiences in the hospital and rehab. And he had wanted to publish the book, but he never really asked me if I'd help him. So when he suddenly passed, I knew I had to publish his story because it would uplift so many people. It actually has a lot of humor in it, and it has a lot of inspiration because his physical therapist told him that no matter what happens to you on the outside, you determine your own thoughts and you can choose to expand in joy. And that's what he emphasized. And that day of his passing, which was traumatic for you and me and so many others, I was sitting outside at my best friend's home calling my husband, and I noticed something black on my left wrist. And I didn't know what it was. So I glanced at it and I looked again, like, and it was a butterfly with a gold stripe that just sat there while I was crying. And I get the goosebumps now. I know, no, and I knew it was Roland saying that he was free and he was okay. And so I published his book, and it's out there available for anyone. It's called Roland's Story, Inspired by a Stroke. It's on Amazon. And
Could you hold it? Do you have
yeah,
you?
would you? I'd like you
Do
to.
you have it
Um,
on by
yeah, I'm
you?
going
So
to
that
grab
I
it in a
can hold it?
moment while I go get the book. Could you just tell us what Roland did for you? I'm going to go get what Roland did for you. All right,
All right.
go ahead. Oh
I'm.
wait, I got the wrong way.
Yeah. You
I'm still
see.
learning
Yeah.
this technology here. Let me see if I can find you back on full screen. I think
There should be.
there we
There we
go.
go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about how Roland played instrumental. He was instrumental. Roland Takaoka. One thing a truth does to you takes away your confidence, takes away your feeling of value. And Roland had confidence in me. He said, "You could do it. You could make a difference." And I think what ended up happening, I told when I was telling Roland about Stroke TV, my ideas or dreams about building Stroke TV. He loved it. He jumped into it. He said, this is amazing. We're going to build it." So he began to help me build Stroke TV. And it's blossomed this, I would have to honestly say it's a global movement. Jan Burr out there, I don't know, I can't just how many shows so I can't bring up a message, but you will see messages from Jan Burr. And it's amazing to see the people's lives I touched. They think that I inspire them. But in our reality, they inspire me. Like you see Jan out there, she inspires me because I am amazed at anybody to take a stroke, decimate the life, absolutely decimate. I cannot put words to what it does to a life. Not just the life of the person that has a stroke, but the I call the ripple effect of stroke, which I plan on writing a book someday with that title called the ripple effect of stroke. The husbands, the children, the family, the friends, it decimates everybody.
That's true.
So it's easy to curl up and cannot be isolated. But
Yes.
if you have the right attitude, because stroke survival is about attitude. It's not about what you move your left arm or not, what you can do, what you used to be able to do before stroke. It's about mindset. It's about attitude. I mean, here Jan, I knew Jan Burrow. She's a baker. She loves to bake bread. And I'm telling you, you can live a fulfilled and happy life after stroke if you don't compare yourself to other people. And then you're there it is. Show
Yeah, I
that to
wanted to
the
come in. This is the cover. I love what you're saying, Aaron. That's so important to just don't compare yourself, but be who you are. This is the book. So, wow, what a message you're giving people. And everyone can recognize that no matter how we are mobile, it's really what our mind is telling us that's so important. And we can tell ourselves anything we choose to tell. So, how can people take the first step in recovery? What would you recommend to help themselves take a step up and feel better about themselves? What are some tips they can do?
Well, I think it's really important, that's what makes stroke TV media so different. I believe, personally, as CEO, that your mindset is paramount over your ability to move a limb. Honestly, people can live a fulfilled life if their mindset is right. So, how do people get their mindset right? Basically, don't let stroke make stroke happen to you. It doesn't identify who you are. It's not your identity. How you respond does tell people who you are. So you could have a stroke. And if you have the right mindset, the right attitude, and don't let it dictate to you what you are in the future, you will live a life like me, full of joy, full of happiness. I feel like I'm just getting started. I guess I really have a passion to help people.
That's so beautiful. And I know that you are open to having sponsors on your show as well, people who can support and underwrite this program. Aaron is reaching thousands of people all over the world. So, for anyone who's listening to this, if you want to be a sponsor, get in touch with Aaron or get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch with Aaron, or you can have broad exposure as a person or as an organization that's helping people be able to recover, helping people recognize that they are of value through your program because you are offering the support that people need. I think, and so what's the last bit of advice that something you want people to remember? Again, you can reinforce what you just said, but what would you like people to walk away from or come away from that will help them in their life?
Then I'm glad you asked that because I follow some of the great people in the sports thought leaders, and Mullet is one of them. And he always says, from true heart, and I believe that's true for every stroke survivor in the world. You are designed to do something great with your life. See, your life is not over because you have a stroke. Your stroke, you can use your stroke like I do, like men like Jan Barrel does. And you can use it to do something great with your life because I do believe that it's over. Your decision to say, you know what, I'm going to help people, I'm going to do something great with my life. That just shifts everything, changes everything. So if I was to give a piece of advice to a newer stroke survivor, first of all, it does get better, does get easier, but you actually can use your stroke in a more powerful and way. You see what I'm doing, Lynn. You see what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I have a passion. I'm one of the few people that can say stroke and brain injuries is the best thing that have ever happened to me because it changed my life and put me on this path I'm on now.
It's wonderful. You made lemonade out of lemons, as I said, made something
Yeah.
sweet out of something that isn't sweet. And everyone can do the same by looking at where they're at and finding something positive, supporting someone. So I want to refer everyone to your site. I don't remember the URL for it. Do you have it handy?
I let see, and we're talking about sponsors. I basically ran out of money, so I have a lot of my platforms that this spring because I can't afford to pay for them. So right now, maybe between where I can't afford the website to put up, but I do use my blog.
Okay.
And again, I will put I can't put that check, can I?
We can add this later. So I would believe you can be found on Facebook though, right, Aaron?
Yeah, if you just go into Google and type in hashtag stroke TV, you will come up with pages of content. Hashtag stroke TV, whether that be Google or Facebook, and you'll be able to find us, no
That's
doubt.
great. Are you on YouTube as well?
YouTube too. If you go to Stroke TV Media on YouTube, like, subscribe, that you will find a plethora of content on there.
Wonderful. Thank you so, so much, Aaron. You are touching so many lives as you have touched mine and many, many others. And may you be blessed with long life and happiness and joy and love. And keep on sending out those positive vibrations because I know we all can feel it. And as Roland said, we're all here to expand and joy together. And I'm so grateful to know you and to be a supporter and fan for so
Thank
long.
you. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
I love you, sister.
I love you too. And everyone, just remember, as I always like to say, we all make a difference and we get to choose what kind of difference we want to make. So go out there and make a positive difference in the world because we need you. Thank you again for listening
All right.
and have a great day.
Bye.
Now I'm going to learn how do I turn this off? This is my
It's
first time using this.
upper right side is
Upper,
the end stream.
I don't even know. Isn't this funny? I do not. Uh,
Very top bar says the end stream. Click it, and then secure. Make sure you want to do it.
okay,
So
well,
right above the chat, you
right
should
above the
see.
chat. See, Aaron made me go for it and take a little risk at doing this when I haven't done it before, and I don't see. I
I
can
tell
leave
you,
it.
have to go to the very top,
Oh, it says edit event. Oh, this is not it.
very top bar. There you go, and that's different. Okay. If you go to the very top bar end stream, you should see a big orange button that says end stream. Jan Burrell, thank you for being out there, brother. I see your comments. You're also a rock star. We'll be talking soon. Get you back on the show. And I see Lance Sloan hasn't quite figured out how to end the stream yet. I guess I don't know how to stop it. Then if you go to the upper bar, go if you right above the chat, there's an orange leave, orange end stream button.
Oh my gosh. So I hope this encourages anyone who's trying something new for the first time. I'm clicking on the live button and it
No,
doesn't work.
no.
And
There
I'm
should be
looking at
there should
this.
be an end stream button at the very top.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you all for listening and being so patient. Have a great day.
Right.
Thank
And
you.
you'll
Thank
have to do it twice. Hit the end stream